hoses, a bucket, a submersible pump, a pair of channel locks, a tool to remove the inlet filter on the water heater, a brush to clean that filter, and a bottle of descaler or the necessary amount of vinegar. With the power on, we're going to shut the gas off. Now we're going to go ahead and drain the unit. So we'll remove the caps on our isolation valves. And connect our hoses. Now we're going to shut off our hot and cold main water valves and open up our drain valves. Now we're going to remove the inlet filter and clean it. First step is removing the plastic plug holding the filter in place. Gently put your channel locks on the filter plug and loosen. If the filter doesn't come out with the plug, you'll need your removal tool to gently hook the filter and remove. Be careful not to lose your O-ring. Now with your brush, gently clean the filter. Now reinstall the filter, O-ring, and plug. Place the O-ring on the plug, the filter on the plug, and reinstall. Now we're going to connect the hose coming from the cold side of the water heater to the outlet of the pump. And place in the bucket. Now that we've got our pump and hoses set up, let's double check and make sure that our cold hose is connected to the pump and our hot line runs back down into the bucket. So now we'll fill the bucket up with water so that the pump is fully submerged. Now we're going to go ahead and plug in our pump. The pump's going to start to fire the water heater, but because the gas is shut off, it will never ignite. An error code 11 will pop up on the control pad, this ensuring that the solution is actually getting up to the heat exchanger, which is what we're trying to descale. Now that the unit has gone into error code 11, we can go ahead and add our descaler. Now that we've let our pump run for 30 to 45 minutes, we're going to disconnect power, drain the unit, and flush 10 to 20 gallons of fresh water through it. Now let's go ahead and disconnect our hoses. We'll close our drain valves, both hot and cold, and remove our hoses. And put our hoses in the bucket. The next step of this process is flushing the descaler out of the unit. You're going to want to attach a hose to the hot side, run the other end into the closest sink, turn your cold supply on to the water heater, and open up the drain valve on the hot side. Allow 10 to 20 gallons of water to flow through and completely flush the system. Now you can close the drain valve and remove your hose. Now let's open the hot water valve to the house. Next step is turning the gas back on. Now that you're done with your descale, you can go in the house and turn on some hot water and make sure that the water heater's firing up. Now that you've descaled and flushed the unit out, it's a good idea to clean the inlet filter one more time before putting it back in service.